hear it fully. And then we have arising. Yes. Thank you. And we have arising. So from okay.
Sorry, please. Your phone is not on silent yet.
Please, all phones on silent. It's just for 30 minutes maximum. Are we ready? So, to the members of the Gtext management.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. My name is Njoku Friday Michael. I'm the acting group director for sales at Gtext Holdings.
My name is Jessica Elebio. I am the acting MD for Gtext Associates.
Hey, Gloria Godo is my name. I'm in charge of strategic partnership for Gtext.
My name is Bukola Lukoye. She's CEO and the acting MD for Gtext Holdings.
Farouk.
Farouk Usman, MD, Gtext Homes.
Okay.
Adere Sholagbade, acting MD, Gtext Land.
Queen Tuchendo, acting MD for GWest.
Thank you very much, guys. And then there's someone that we don't need to introduce too much that is trying to take a backseat from the day-to-day running of the holdings company, but we still have to introduce him because he's the man of the moment. And for those who do not know, yesterday was his birthday. I'm sure that a lot of us have seen a lot of social media posts and food bank initiatives from yesterday's events. I'm talking of no other person than Dr. Stephen Akintaya, the chairman of Gtext Holdings.
Thank you.
You know who are real estate. I always like to add that. And then I want to especially welcome Mrs. Jessica Elebio. I think she's the freshly minted MD in this lineup, if I'm correct. Okay. It's nice to see you because I remember that the story is one of growth. I remember coming when you were the highest sales staff. So she has gone through the ranks. That's my she has gone through the ranks. That's what I'm trying to say. So basically, we're all here to hear from the management of Gtext what new initiatives they are launching. What new initiatives? Do we have is there any problem?
We've been here a long time. You've have sorted this.
Okay. Do you have your shots now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. So we're here to discuss some of the new initiatives that Gtext is launching. As we all know, Gtext is always the forerunner when it comes to initiatives in the real estate sector and other sectors that they play in, really. So before I go into further details, I'm going to let Mr. Farouk tell us the reason why we're here. Of course, I'm going to share an official press release with us after this event, but to introduce what we're here to do, I'll let Mr. Farouk do the...
All right. Good day, members of the press. Today we're here for a press conference by Gtext Holdings, and areas we are looking at is the digitalization of all our products. For us at Gtext Holdings, we always set the pace in real estate. And the new phase we are going into is how we can ensure all our clients can get products from us without having a third party or visiting the office. So we're coming up with different platforms on how you can buy property from us. One. Number two, how you can have reward system in an ecosystem that we are creating. Other things we're also discussing are new innovations by Gtext Homes with our naming of our street and our golf range that we have in Jasper Estate in Ibejuleki. And finally, we'll be talking about our new subsidiaries that we have. We have a couple of other subsidiaries that have expanded to Gtext Holdings portfolio. So these are the things we'll be discussing today in our press conference. Thank you.
Okay, so one of the things that I heard particularly is the digitization of real estate. The fact that now to buy a land with Gtext, you do not have to come to the office, you do not have to speak on the phone, you can just buy what you do your business. It's e-commerce, basically. E-commerce for real estate, basically. So to talk more on that, I think I will allow Mr. Shola, right? to expatiate a bit more on that.
All right, so good morning once again. My name is Ade Sholagadi. Okay, so part of what reason why we are here today is to let our clients out there know that as part of the innovation we're bringing to their doorsteps, right? So we now have a digitalized way of transacting with us in terms of buying into our landed properties, right? So you don't need to the area of coming to the office and signing documents, allocating and all that as pass. So you now can go online, right? You know, scan through a QR code. It's always on our flyers, right? Scan through it. Right? So that takes you to the platform where you can, check every land that is available. Every of our land are online now, right? You can go there, pick your, check the coordinate, pick your plot, right? The one you think that is available. We have some plots that are available, we have some that are not available. Right there, you can check the one that are available, the one that are not available. Of course, you cannot pick that, right? So get that. So through that, you select the land you think you are starting from a plot or more than a plot, right? So with that, the system generates your receipt, it generates your deed of assignment, right? So it's a seamless service you are bringing to the doorstep.
Okay, great.
So-
I have a couple of questions,
Okay.
follow-up questions to that, but I'm going to, I think Mr. Farouk wants to say something.
Yes, to pick up from that, what we are focusing on is actually our real estate business. Why Mr. Shola speaks about Gtext land, for us at Gtext Homes, is also to change the way you buy your houses. How can you buy a house without having to go to that site? So with this new site, you can go there, pick the house that you want to buy, see where the land is, check the coordinates, check the area. The second thing we also bring is transparency. You see the 3D, you see how the house is going to look like. But I give you an experience you can get online. The beautiful thing about our digitalized platform is that you don't need to come to the office physically. You can go to our site, call someone from the site, reach out to us, our email is there. And the beautiful thing is that when you are done transacting to us, like we've been doing for the past few years, your documents will be delivered to you at your doorstep. So what we've done is that we removed the manual process of having people to go through those mistakes, those errors, and found out a digitalized platforms that is error-free and is user-friendly. So clients can get the best of service from us in real estate.
Okay, great. So I'm going to let Ms. Bukola talk about GTEx Farms and the other new initiatives that the company is launching, or the new subsidiaries that the company is launching.
All right, thank you so much. All protocols duly observed. Okay, for GTEx Farm, good news to all our clients because we are bringing a whole lot of juicy things to them. And the first thing first is the fact that there are some of our clients that bought into some of our properties like Epe, Monia, Kuje, and some of
Monia is in
them.
Ibadan, right?
Monia is in Ibadan, yes. So Akon as well, we have Sapphire. We want to say good news to you, and it's an opportunity for you because we are now GTEx Farm are going into the farming, the crop farming, the animal production. We're also going. Currently now we have our cows ready. We have a ranch already, and then we're going to be breeding animals, different types of animals. We're doing large-scale processing. One of the issues in the agricultural sector is the fact that there is a lack of storage. So we're also partnering with a company to create storage for food assets. So with GTEx Farms, there's not going to be issue of there's no food in the country because we are creating a storage facility that's going to help last for as long as possible. So the good news for the clients is the fact that for those people that bought into the land and you have paid your money fully, you paid your documentation and everything you need to pay, right? You can now begin to earn at least 20 to 30% every year from your land. So instead of buying your land and having it, leaving it for several years, where now GTEx Farms is going into farming, the agricultural parts of cropping, the animal husbandry and like that. So when you come to us, we are going to help you farm. We are going to be rolling out all of those things. So if you want us to plant for you, if you want us to farm for whatever thing you want us to do for you, then we have a profit sharing at the end of the year. So your land is not just going to be empty. We're going to help you to make something out from that land that you bought. But make sure you have paid fully. You have your documentation paid already. Those are the people that would have access to that kind of benefits. Thank you.
What about the new subsidiaries that we talked about earlier?
Okay, so for GTEx Homes, we have introduced some new things into GTEx Homes. We're going to be having a beautiful garden in Jasper. We're starting with Jasper and across where we
Jasper
have
in Ibeju.
yes, Jasper in Ibejuleki. where we're going to have a beautiful garden to sell beautiful, lifeland flowers. Also, we have a new subsidiary for Gtext under Gtext land as well, where you have, acreage. Yes, you buy land in bulk. So some of you said you have reached out to us and said that you want to buy land in bulk, but you don't want to necessarily do the service plot. So now we have made that available for you. So for all doctors mentees that have reached out to us, this is an opportunity for you to come in to buy land in bulk. You service it yourself, you do whatever you want to do. So that's one of the things that we have also created. And we have another one rolling here, which is Ginido, security. That's also a very good way. If you notice that we have, for our security, for all our lands, we have, 100% security on them because we have our chairman, one of our chairman on board, our board of advisory.
Advisory board.
Yes, which is
Dr. Michael Kiro, Chief Michael Kiro.
Chief Michael Kiro. So he's on our board and he's ensured that we've had 100% safety, security purpose. So yeah, we are having that also we've added that to our subsidiary.
Let me touch on that. So we kind of have different security men in every estate we have, and we've been using third-party companies. So now we're having to register our own security company because we had a situation where some of those security men said the company didn't pay to them, and all of this, and it can be so embarrassing sometimes. We had a situation where one particular security guy left, and then the new one that came was now, he had to reach out to the one leaving. He said, they don't pay on time. And we're wondering, what do you mean by we don't pay on time? We always pay salary on time. But apparently it was referring to the company that we will pay to, that is not supposed to pay to them. So that has forced us to say, let's come up with a security company that can provide security guards across estate beyond our own estate, and we're open to different real estate developers to work with us. And also the same thing with the acreage company, which is a new subsidiary. Many developers are like, okay, maybe Gtext understands the complexity in acquiring land from land, perfecting with government and all of that, and they are probably new in the sector, or they are based in a location. Some people are big in Abuja, but they are not in Lagos. Some are based in Lagos, but they are not in Benin, they are not in Port Harcourt, they are not in Ibadan, they are not in all these other states that we have expanded to. So with our new subsidiary, you can reach out and buy 10 acre. The minimum we sell is 5 acre, but you can buy 20, 50, 30. And you service it. We are just buying the land purely, so it's more cheaper because we are not necessarily adding anything to it. We're just selling you the land. You go ahead and provide the infrastructure that is required, and all of that. So we are happy about that because I do a lot of mentorship training, and many younger real estate developers, some even bigger, who just want to learn a thing or two about perfecting their processes, about management. I once had a very big real estate guy reach out for mentorship. I remember asking him, I said, you have over 20 estates, why are you coming? And his argument is that you obviously have a better process. And one day he was on site and his hand was shaking, as a sort of pressure. And so he always wondered that, at some point, I said, Stevie he doesn't just do real estate in Nigeria. It's in US, in UK. And it's quite relaxed. So there must be something he's doing that you should go and learn. And of course, I was able to explain to him that you have to build proper corporate governance. One day we were together in the car, and then the officer was asking, hey, where's the document for this land? Where's that? I said, there's no document of any land this company owns as a land. Right? There's none. It's a company, it's not one-man business. So there should be proper structure where, and that helped him. And today he's running a way more well-structured organization. And for us, I think that's part of what we are bringing to the real estate sector, to say if we put better structure, we will not have failed estates, we will not have a lot of the complaints, we are having. But when things are very much a one-man business, and everything's about the one man who founded the business, then we'll keep having some of the challenges that we keep facing in the sector. But what we're coming up with, and in terms of being able to mentor people, is okay. And at least they will be able to, if you buy 10-acre from us, for example, you see the one we are developed, and you can see how, well structured, and you can even just be observing from that and improve your own. So those are the things we're working on.
So while we have you, I want you to speak more on naming a golf course and a street in Jasper Estate.
Yeah, so I mean, one of those things we have always wanted to do with all our estates is to put things that will draw. Again, I'm a Harvard-trained real estate investor, and so I see the way we do real estate in this part of the world, and sometimes it can be fun. And I understand part of the challenges because, for example, you can go to an estate and they've not done infrastructure, and they've already fully built the estate, right? Fully built. They've not even done drainage, they've not done cable, they've not done. So, and they are the ones people will hail and say, see them, the estate is. So it's when you move in, you now start realizing that a lot of what needed to have been done hasn't been done. So part of what we've decided to do is to have we are not rushing building houses. That's why we've specialized more in growing, particularly in our Nigerian business, in selling land, providing infrastructure, bringing commercial activities in many of the estates, even before we rush. I mean, you've seen many of them in Abuja, for example, where a whole estate, not one soul is there. 200, 500 people living there. Again, we're built on the principle of integrity, doing things right. I said to someone was saying, how come you were able to grow your business internationally? I said, because I don't do money laundering, right? So I could enter America and nobody's chasing me. I could enter Dubai, nobody's saying, where is the source of your money? Everything is legit. There's a document to back up every transaction, right? You come here, you want to do business with us, every transaction goes through the bank, right? So for us, those are the kind of structure where the estate has to grow organically, right? It may start with putting a golf course, and we see that in some estates, gradually as more people come to play golf, I want to buy a house, and it may take 5 years, it may take 10 years before the entire estate is sold out. But in such situation, you see a healthy community, you see something that was built organically, right? And you the developer also will have peace of mind, because it won't be one day that they will discover that an entire estate, right, of over 700 housing units, like we heard recently, belong to some mysterious person. But there's a developer who built that, right? Suddenly everybody is doing disclaimer. I'm not the developer. It belong to somebody else. I mean, how can a whole estate be abandoned and it's fully built, right? So these are things that we are bringing into. And for me, intentionally, we want people to see a model that can work. And that's why I keep saying that a few times when you see a lot of this fake news about our organization online, I say, look, if you don't help keep some brand that people can say, these ones are doing it right? And so we now say, who are also individuals in business that have also lasted 40 years, and we're doing business that we can respect and we can honor. One of them is, Dr. Cosmos Maduka. Of course, Charis, he's done business for over 40 years at the highest level. And he's done business with integrity that we can proudly name a whole street. So when you are coming to one of our estates called Jasper Estate in Bejuleki, just after Dangote Refinery, just from the express, the street that now leads you to the various Kotura phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 is now named after him. And we're going to be doing the official unveiling on the 15th of March. We also have a mini golf range just for people to also naming customers Maduka Golf French. Of course, it will evolve over time, but those are things we are coming up with, and we'll be inviting you all. And everybody is open to be part of it on the 15th of March. He himself will be on ground to really unveil that particular street that's been named after him. And we intend to be doing more of that. I will look for notable people in the society who have, because I tell people that, Africa lack, role models, lack heroes, because somehow we don't celebrate our own when they are alive. We don't have living heroes, because once they are alive, we always find something to crucify them for, and to rubbish all their hard work, all their input to develop our society. The Cosmos for a company, because Charles Group has over 2,000 employees in Nigeria alone, well over, just even giving a moderate figure, who are able to feed their family, take care of themselves, and he's been running his business for over 40 years. And again, all this, it must be politician that you name a street after him,
I said an estate.
and then it's still we that will complain that everybody's trying to go into politics to steal money. But those who have impacted our society, right, without touching public funds, are we celebrating them? Right, so we've decided that we are starting with him, and it will still reach other people as we move on, where we will be strategic in naming critical infrastructure across all our estates. As you know, our current phase of expansion is called Vision 2035, to build 25,000 green and smart homes, to own 200 estates locations across the world. And so these are things. Of course, we are starting with the Nigerian one. We most likely will do, because he was with us also in August in the US, to tour some of the acquisitions we are having as we begin to expand what we are doing in the US as well. So at some point also we will name another equivalent of one of our estates in the US, name certain things after him. And we're hoping to do more of that with notable people in the society who identify with us, who have been helpful in what we are doing.
Okay, so thank you for that explanation, Dr. Stephen. So before we go further, I know that we have questions, and that based on what has been said so far, I have a couple of questions myself, but I'll allow us to go first because I was late again. This is me conceding the floor. So,
Okay.
question.
I have a question on, it's in three parts, but I'll start with the ones you explained. The buying of land, acres or hectares, acres.
Acres.
So, how do you differentiate Gtext from that? For instance, let's say a real estate firm, probably a mid-range real estate firm in Abuja, comes to Lagos. It says they want to buy, so they're buying about 20 acres from you. And now they are reselling to other people. How do you now differentiate Gtext from that? Because you sold to them and they are selling.
Beautiful question. So, for every of the estates that we're doing like this, we ourselves, what we acquire, maybe phase one, is 500 acres. So it's quite huge. And some, if they are facing the express, there's a whole huge portion of that land facing the express. So there's the part that you will see our own signage, you will see our own fence, right, for you to enter. The one they are buying, they will do their signage, they will do their own fence, and there's entrance even from the third road. The ones that maybe are not necessarily on the third road, we will then tar a major road, dual road, entering the estate, and everybody is able to then fence and put their own entrance. So you're able to clearly know everybody's portion.
Then about the digitalization of everything Gtext home, Gtext land. We all know we're in the world of we are online. Everybody's online. However, we know there are hackers here and there. If you you decide to, what you've done now, you've gone online with everything you're doing, are you also looking at the security of that online, or what measures have you put in place to ensure that that website is tightly secured?
Yes.
Can I add to that
Yeah.
answer? So just together. I would have loved to see a demonstration of the UI and UX, but the overview, data is
We
still.
can send you the video.
Data is still a tough conversation in Nigeria. Data penetration is not as it should be. I want to know, how, because you have videos, you have all of that. You said you can see, like Google Earth, 3D representation on the website, and that would take data. So how data heavy? What's the data requirements? What's the least? I don't know if you have the
Like
specific.
a cap on how much data you're going to use to
What-
stream.
Like how data heavy is the website?
I
itself?
would
What does
say
it
those
require?
who can afford us can afford us.
Okay. And
That would be
secondly,
my funny.
That is sorry, good.
and secondly, feedback channels. Like, do you have, aside the website, there are other feedback channels like Telegram? Do you have other feedback channels?
Okay, fantastic question. The issue of data privacy and security is a very, very important one, especially in the 21st century. But to be rest assured, we have partners to ensure those are well in place. The encryption on the website is enough to accumulate as many data as possible to ensure it is well reserved in our own backend. Also to prevent hackers from hacking into it, we have all those measures. We have partners that have been doing this for a very long time to ensure that it's done. With the issue of the data and we have a survey already uploaded to the website. So many of those things, if you accept the cookies, is already saved. So it's quite easy for you to look at it. And many of those things are already embedded. The beautiful part is now that if you now want to click on the plot, the coordinate is already there. So once you click on it, it takes you directly to it. So it works with third-party applications to ensure there's Google Earth connected, Google Maps, so it's not preloading. It's as if you are going to your Google Map and access for this location. It's already there. So many of those things are just third-party and make it so easy and seamless. Our goal is to ensure when you use our website, you are not running away from it. It's not loading too very slow. It is fast, it's seamless. It's done in such a way that it's as if the house is in front of you. Another beautiful thing we also have is that because you are using our service, you can also reserve a plot. So although there is a holding period, you reserve a plot.
Like a ticket.
Yeah, like a ticket. You reserve a plot, 24 hours, you lock down the price. If you don't pay, it goes back to the market. Of course, we cannot guarantee it's the same price it may be due to the high demand that we are also having. Also to add to it, which we wanted to also discuss, were the new innovations we are also having. Because we want to keep our clients coming back, we're also introducing a reward point system. So you buy a land from us, you get some points. You buy a house from us, you get some points. And Gtext has already created an ecosystem whereby we are already showing you how to work in different industries. And you can use those points for every other thing. You buy land, you want mentorship, you can redeem some time with Dr. Steven. Although we increase the cap because it's expensive. Or you love our farm business, you bought land, maybe you have some certain points you can convert into that. For academy, you want to train, get mentorship, you can also get that. We also have third-party stores, you can also redeem some of those points. Although some of these things will be enrolled in the next 3 months, right? We also have some identity card we're also having, whereby your reward points will be over there. There'll be a membership card in form of an ATM that identifies you as a member of the Gtext community. So these things are well in place, and trust me, the security we are putting in place, you can't get through it. Thank you.
I have one question. So we see that people come up with digital platforms that work in the first couple of days, and everybody's talking about it, and then over time it crashes. How long will it take to build this platform? That's one. And then what's the structure going forward? What's the plan going forward? Is there a plan to sort of sell other, make it an open
White
platform?
label?
Sorry.
Like a white label. Okay, continue.
Open to other things. I mean,
Yeah.
other products now,
Okay.
not just real estate now.
Okay.
Other products of Gtext.
Let me touch on that. Well, so we had to work with a firm on this, and the firm has been around for a while, and they've even worked with other local and international real estate firms. So this has been tested over the years, and it worked. The only thing we did was to then improve on it. We have an in-house subsidiary called Gtext Soft. Maybe by the end of the year, you hear more about them. right now also, I think in the next few days, the mobile app version will be available so you can download it and work with it. But what we are doing is each subsidiary, GVES has its own app, GTS Land has its own app, GTS Home has its own app, and we're having over time the GTS Holdings app that brings all of the various companies together, right? So that when you're on the GTS Holding app, you can navigate. But the way we've also done is that even if I'm on GVES app, which is an investment arm of our business and also has a cooperative side to it, you can from there move to GTS Land to buy land, move to GTS Homes to buy a house, and vice versa. So they are interacting and they are communicating very well. So in terms of we are the other product, absolutely. I mean, one of our new company is the Stimactia production. So this year we're going to be doing at least 2 or 3 YouTube series, and we have 2 movie scripts ready.
I think somebody
So,
broke the news already.
Huh?
Somebody broke the news already that Stephen Akintayo is very
okay.
into movie production.
Yes, so
This nation newspaper.
interesting. So we are this year at least. I'm not sure whether we'll go into production this year, but most likely we're probably towards the tail end of the year for the movie part. But I can assure you, before half of the year, the first YouTube series will be out. But we want to, push, because also again we are being intentional about entering the movie industry. We needed to build the community of people who will have loved the kind of content we produce before we go into movies. And that's why we're starting with the YouTube series. So by the time you begin to enjoy the quality of what you're seeing with the free YouTube series, the day you hear a movie is in cinemas, you will not hesitate to go and watch it. And so we have 2 scripts. The script is ready. One is about the story of my late mom. She died of ovarian cancer. We're using the part of the profit from that movie to build a cancer center in one of our estates to honor her. So there's a lot coming up that are new, and we're vying into. That's also why I had to step back, from the day-to-day running some years ago. Because if I don't do that, then we won't be able to expand into other industries, because you'll be too bogged with the day-to-day of just one business, and they all actually interact. So for us, going to movie means we're looking at parks, right? We're looking at studios, building big-time studios in our estates. It means we're looking at merchandising. It means we're looking at franchising. And these are things that you don't see. The Disney of this world that you see, the which are the other ones we have as well. Marvel Studios. You see how from Spider-Man you have shirts. You have Spider-Man Studio. You have Spider-Man Resort, right?
Comics.
And comics and all of that. So heavy merchandising. So for us, it's still real estate, but we're so you see the element as we evolve of real estate as we evolve, because the movie that then do so well, with leverage on merchandising, we open a theme park around that movie, and it keeps the history alive. Imagine if Ogunde were to have had a merchandising around it, a theme park around it. Gen Z don't even know who's Ogunde, and yet they're acting. Right? No, it's true. But you and I know of movies that 30 years ago, and they are just now doing part 2. I mean, Gladiator is an example.
Yeah.
Gladiator was how many years ago, right? And you can see
over 2 decades.
over 2 decades, and you can see them do the part 2 of Gladiator now. Okay, you can see them do the part 2 of Gladiator now. And so for me, these are the kind of things we are looking at with movies. Let's turn this thing around. It's not only white people that can keep coming and milking, because we are not seeing the potential. See what's happening with Netflix and and Amazon. Even the Netflix were almost sabotaging each other to push Netflix out. Oh, they didn't pay enough. Netflix gives them some money. Right? Must we always sensationalize issues? You know, if you two, okay, go and do your movie, try and get Netflix to partner with you. But and I think until we start indigenous industries that is mega, that's again if we don't pull them down with our negativity, right? But I trust God that we will really, really revolutionize the movie industries.
So thank you very much for that, Mr. Steve. Do you have any other questions?
I'd like you to throw more light on the expansion of this vision 2035. 35, yeah. Having like 200 estates across the world. You just.
Yeah, so I mean, we came up with this from the get-go. Where were we going? Hopefully by 2030, we are hoping to unveil another vision, right? So it was to give us like an initial. By the way, we're going to be doing our 10th anniversary in October, and it's going to be a big one for our real estate development business, right? The holding company is 17 years, but we didn't start with real estate, right? But our real estate development company is going to be 10 years this year, and that's why we are very, very ambitious this year with massive expansion. For our Vision 2035, we have 10 years to go in that project, and the project simply says 25,000 green and smart homes, as well as 200 estate locations. Right, so each location may just have 200 housing units, another one may have 500 housing units, another one may have, but in 200 different locations. And you can, I'm sure we've done press conference around what we're doing in the US. We currently now have 4 locations in the US that we've acquired land. Some we bought, like our office, it was an office we bought, but it also still has a bigger land in front that we still build something on the land. Some is bare land that we are currently raising funds to build on. And the US expansion this year is going to even be bigger. We are going to add at least 4 more locations to what we have in US alone this year. And so, like that, Dubai, in Dubai we do more of selling houses. The UK as well, but we're also looking at maybe creating an estate community in the UK. Canada, I visited Canada for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and the same argument. We have estate built by Indians, we have estate built by, other, but we don't have, despite our huge population, we don't have a place where we can say a Nigerian built this estate that 500 Canadians live in. And these things are bragging rights. And we need to know how it changes the perception of how we are seen, right? It's some people that give us a bad name to be seen as Yahoo boys. But the same, and when you say those Nigerian boys, if you notice sometimes when they say those Nigerian boys, they mean, right? But we can also have those Nigerian developers in a positive way, right? Those Nigerian entrepreneurs, right, in a positive way, and it means something positive that those Nigerians who are doing massive development, construction, and things like that. And for me, I see our international expansions as opportunity to inspire our people. When we moved to Dubai, we're a brokerage firm, and in 1 year we became the largest black-owned brokerage firm. Today, there are more than 10 brokerage firms, properly solid, owned by Nigerians, after we did it. Right? Before then, everybody just like, be careful, this is Dubai, hide your head, look for, just those small jobs, that you can share do. But now, people are bold to say, one of us did it, we too can do ours. And, I'm impressed with that. And you watch what will happen in the US in the next 5 to 10 years. How suddenly you just hear a Nigerian own this estate. Another, Dr. Stevens started, daring. Of course, some people started making noise. Did you think this is Nigeria, 99 acres? This is America, or it's not beans. But gradually they are coming to terms with the fact that we have come to stay, but not just that, they too can do it.
So in essence, your strategy is to change mindsets.
Absolutely. It's to inspire a lot of, because our people are quite wealthy in diaspora, right? They're very well educated, some of the best jobs, but we're not coming together as a community to invest. And part of it is because we love to sensationalize, right? One, okay, for example, you could do a business with, let's say, a white guy, or an Indian, or a Jewish guy, and then you lose money. You will never write about it. You never. But the day you do business with a Nigerian, even when there are legitimate grounds for why things didn't work out well, you will, let's spoil him. I am warning the rest of you against this person. And sometimes I just wonder, why do we think like that? We had a client by himself, based in Canada, decided to say he doesn't want to buy a land again based on one rumor or whatever. Went to Lagos State government, and their mediation team mediated and said refund him. And he was refunded. And this guy showed up in one of my trainings in Canada to be raising the issue. Right? The participant had to tell him, we don't understand. You said you were refunded. He said, yes, but when they did the mediation, I lost 30%. When you signed the agreement, did you not agree that the day you choose to pull back, you lose 30%? Because we pay salaries, we pay rent, we pay bills, we pay commission, we have to do marketing. Can we call back those money? Can we tell our employees that treated you and attended to say, the salary you got was from that man's payment, return it back? Right? But it tells you how we sensationalize. If not that the people in the room were very well educated, they educated him. But what was his goal there? To come and tarnish our image and then tell the world. And they said, you got your money back. In fact, all of them said, now I trust this man. We will now do business with him. That many of us have had issues with other companies. We didn't get one dime back. One kobo. So you even got something back from this company. We will do business with them. But that's to tell us that maturity is lacking amongst Africans in diaspora, because we enjoy sensationalism. We just want to create an issue. Meanwhile, the same thing will happen between us and other communities. We will not say anything. But once our people, we will do YouTube video, Facebook video, go and report them to everybody, enter their DM, create all manner. And why does it not happen in other communities? Don't they lose money? Don't they have experiences that didn't necessarily go well? Right? So for me, those are part of why I'm writing books. Those are part of why we're educating people. Business is a risk. Investment is a risk. You can lose money, it's normal. Right? Those of us you call millionaires, it's because we lost millions. Those you call billionaires, it's because we've lost billions. I've lost billions in real estate all over the world. Even the US have entered. In my first 6 months, I lost $100,000 in the US market. Right? I didn't start press conference. Right? Of course, I wasn't even dealing with Nigerians. Of course, if I misbehave, they will sue me. And their law will hold. So if they start a $100 million lawsuit against me, I will know. Over that I mentioned their name and I tarnished their image. Right? And their law will hold me accountable and sell every asset I have to pay that $100 million. Over that I damaged somebody's reputation. But in Nigeria, even when you sue for what's it called now, libel or defamation, even if you win in court, everybody will still be dragging you on social media and be telling you stories of why, he's just cheating me, he's using his powers. But we'll get better. We just need to keep talking about these things until everybody wake up to the realities of how business are supposed to be done in a healthy, respectful way. For example, civil issues are not criminal. You buy something from me, you disagree with me, take me to court. called civil. But in Nigeria, you know, you go and bribe the person you know in the FCC, you bribe the person you know in the police, and they say, no, it's criminal, it's criminal. Prove the criminal. Are you aware that one of the most difficult things to prove in any court of law is criminal? To claim something was criminal is one of the most difficult things to prove, right? But we all take it up, and everybody just, you know, by the time you will have defamed the person, blackmail, you will subject them to accepting guilt, even when there is none. And that's why companies are not growing. Because there are smaller businesses that have been shut down. Because by the time you come back from spending 2 weeks in police cell, all your family members will say they must never see you do business again. Right? Never. Alright? And they will send you to one uncle to go and be working there and to check you before you put them to another truck. And we're wondering why businesses are not growing. And everybody is blaming government. It's not government. It's that when young entrepreneurs start, I've been through that when I was younger. And one day probably I will write a book about my experiences when our business was small. And how people will use might, will use connection, will use, and almost killed this. Imagine I wasn't resilient enough. Imagine this business not being where it is today. Imagine how many people won't have a job today. Imagine how many lives, you know, orphanage, people with pay tuition fee, businesses with support. Imagine all of that wouldn't have existed because we did not overcome that initial phase where we were young and people were coming after us and they were ready to finish the empire.
Sorry, I'm saying snap and wink. Is it part of the digitization? Is it to push?
Yeah, so this year, and thank you for asking that, our entire campaign is around Rolls Royce. We are starting a messaging to, of course, we're not allowed in, I'm sure, I don't know that some of you have seen our billboard, but now that you are here, take notice. At least we have about 9 in Lagos, we have about 8 in Abuja, and we're having a lot more. And we just want to create the messaging to say, you know, you can't compare Toyota with a Rolls Royce. Right? And in every industry, there are those who, by the virtue of the quality they provide, right, you cannot compare. Because we see people comparing the pricing of our properties to another company. We are not the same. What we offer is not the same, right? The kind of digitization, for example, we just introduced, they don't have it. The fact that you are in London and then you wire money to Nigeria, and then a few weeks later, every document of your land is delivered to your house in London. Not every company does that, right? The fact that you can call us 2 a.m., call our customer service 2 a.m., and somebody is picking. Not everybody does that. So what we offer is beyond just land. It's a service, right? And it's a premium service, and it's a quality one. So we started 2 campaigns. One, we are taking our clients in Rolls Royce to give them experience of Rolls Royce with their favorite celebrity. We've done Alibaba, we've done Teddy A, Daddy Freeze, Tacha, Larry J.
Larry J.
Nas Murad. Who is Nas Murad? Well, they've done land banking and upload Tagos, right? Yes, or anything about green and smart home. Tag us and we select you, and you can have a Rolls Royce ride to having a beautiful experience during Val with your spouse. Yes, so 14th, 15th, 16th, we're pushing this. And so we also have a billboard campaign. There's a TV advert coming out very soon as well around that. But we're just trying to position that, look, you know, for us to deliver quality, let's just take, because how many companies can come to you and say, well, you've defaulted, we're ready to pay you back or buy back. So these are what we stand for, that just distinguish us. And so to expect us to price the same way others price, no. You don't even compare, right?
Okay. do we have any other questions? I think that's a wrap right now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vivian, for.
Madam, what happened?
I was driving round and round in circles. I couldn't find the place.
Hey, welcome. So I'm sure Tommy will furnish you. Okay.
But my cameraman was here already, so
He's been here since.
yes, he's been here since I just.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Pictures?
ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we're going to take pictures and then no, it's not something that will handle.
Now you have someone that came late with you, so you.
Okay, so apparently we are owing them breakfast.
What do you say?
Okay, no one.
What do you want us to do? Tell us. Do you want us to
No,
sit
you want
down?
them to sit down or stand? Sit.
Tell us
So
now.
that they can. It's true.